Hi, this is Christine from Trinity Stamps. Today I wanted to share how to use all the pieces that are part of the seasonal cup decor and more die set right here. And a lot of it, there's a lot of useful things in the older set, which is the mini coffee cup sleeve and decor builder die set, some of which I'll be using, particularly this large panel right here, when I show you a few examples today. But for right now, we're going to focus on this set right here. So I have all the die pieces here, and it's a lot, and it's very geniusly put together. So let's start off. So there's a thin strip here that can be cut out that it curves, but that's needed for when you're placing it on the cup, because then it looks straight on the cup. And those can go very well. They're practically the same size as the scarf. So you can use the scarf to make a scarf. And other elements, it's also useful for a belt. And don't worry, I'm just showing you some permutations right now. So just so you can see, you can make a scarf and a belt. Here is part of, here's a die to make a penguin face. And it goes really well with, also the scarf fits perfectly on the penguin, as you can see right here. And it goes perfect with the new cups that are have a black top and black stir. So then there are some lovely snowflakes that can they can fit perfectly in the ornament right here, or this is also can also go in here like that. And let me remove these here a little bit. So then there's also, this can be used to make a snowman right here. And this would be cut like that. You can also give them a scarf and some gloves and a nose. These two line up together to form a nose. And of course some buttons. So we'll be making that as well. The circle can be used also as an ornament. So this is an ornament topper. And here as well, these are both ornament toppers. And last but not least, here is a lovely little tag that you can cut out. And here are, these will cut two pieces of they go perfectly on the tag. It's hard to see here, but you can fit it perfectly on the tag like a little, and I'll show you right here. So I did that exact thing. You put a little gold label, just it makes the label a little, or the tag a little more fancy. So, okay. One more thing that I forgot with the snowman set are these sticks that are here. So you can die cut two of them, and then you have two arms for the snowman. And of course, and I can't believe I forgot this cute little reindeer. He's super adorable. So you can also put a little scarf on him. It's a tiny bit big, but you know what? If you chop some of it off, it's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can put together this. So I actually used red vellum for this cup, but today I'm going to use cardstock. So you cut one large panel out of cardstock. That's going to cover the entire cup. And it will fit perfectly. So We'll do that after though. It's kind of easier to assemble everything on here and then attach it to the cup last. So we want to make Santa's belt. So here is his belt, and I've cut it out of that piece. Then this is meant to be part of his frilly coat, the puffy white part that comes down in the middle, and it's cut out of this piece. Then we have part of his belt, which is this piece and this piece, and I've cut it out of gold sticky paper. So just going to adhere all these pieces together. I already added sticky tape. So some of these elements and some of these are gold adhesive paper, and voila. So I'm going to So I've used strong adhesive, and I may have to, so what I did for the other coffee cup, I used vellum, and that was a little easier to adhere, so I'm probably going to have to secure this a little bit more, but and let me get, so I want to make this into an ornament. So I make ornaments pretty much each year, and they vary, and I've never made a coffee cup ornament. I love these. So I'm going to make a few for myself and for friends. And what I do is I use bow wire. There's a wire in there, and it's just gold wrapped, and it's pretty sturdy, and it feels very similar to what's used on ornaments. So what we're going to do is we're going to thread through the hole here. So to do that, I'm going to make this a little bit larger so that I can easily get the wire through here, because it does like to come apart. So some of it will come apart, but it will pull through, and you just cut this part off. We're going to knot it anyway. So, and then the other part is much easier. It goes through this hole right here, which then also keeps the stopper in place. So before I feed it through here though, I have a tag. So this piece right here produced 2 of these pieces, and so I don't know what I want on it yet, but I'm not too worried. I will add something later, probably handwritten, so I'm not worried about stamping it. Okay, so you can add a jingle bell like if you want, like I did here, but you don't have to. So we're gonna double knot this underneath, and then the knot won't be showing at all. And you know, this is kind of tall, can make it shorter, but and then you want the stopper in here. And there you have a very quick and easy little, you know, item to give someone in addition to you know, to adorn a present, or like I said, I usually make ornaments each year and give some as gifts. So there's the final. Next, Tanisa, who is the owner, who owns Trinity Stamps, made an adorable penguin ornament, and I'm just going to show you real quick how she did that. So again, die cut a large panel out of cardstock. Black looks great because then it looks like the whole thing is the penguin. Then I cut the penguin face out of white. I'm going to color these cheeks in with Copics, and I could have done that the same with the nose, but I have a little nose right here. Here's a little scarf, and here's some little mittens. Here's the black top, and here's also a black stopper. And I love how that looks. So let's put this together. So I'm going to color first. I'm going to adhere the penguin. I'm going to adhere the nose. And then I'm going to color the cheeks first before I adhere them. All right, let's try this again. Gonna adhere, whoops. I'm gonna color that's a much better pink. And it is R00, very faint, almost beige ink, pinkish white. So now let's go adhere those. Don't have to worry about the eyes. And I'm gonna give him, actually let's do the scarf first. Perfect. And then let's see if I want to give him hands or not. We can. And again, and using a glue like this gives you a couple seconds to really place it on there the way you like it. All right, and again, all we do is adhere it, the two ends together. And there we have our cute little guy. And even cuter with the black top. And again, you can make them into an ornament if you want, or if you just like them like that to put out. He's so cute. Okay, so here is another cup. and I'll show you what I used. I won't make it again, but you'll get the idea. So I cut a panel out of pink vellum, and then I have some wood grain vellum, and I cut a very thin panel of wood grain vellum. Next, I cut a whole bunch of ornaments, like 4 ornaments, and I cut these in gold. And these are cardstock or glitter cardstock. And then I use this to make the snowflakes. And I actually put one of these in here with the tag because you can feed the string through there. So that is how I made that ornament. So now I'm going to show another design, and this is again, Tunisia made this design, so it's not my own, but you can make a snowman. So again, using this thin die to cut this and the big die to cut out a large panel here. It is much easier to work on this than on the cup itself. So I'm going to glue everything down here. So I actually think this looks like a hat, so I'm going to use this as the hat instead of this. But we have a little scarf. And I'm just going to first place everything before I glue anything down, just so I can have it just the way I like it. And if you're wondering, these little dots came from this. So probably easiest to die cut, and I actually may go do that now to save myself a little bit of a headache. I'm going to die cut this out of here and just make my life a little easier. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I die cut this into the panel. So I'm going to continue to make my life easier and put some double-sided tape on there. And now I will be able to put the little eyes perfectly. And there we go. And then I'm going to add his nose with some glue. I will also use glue on this. And depending where you put this, it's made so it can fit on the top, which is a little bit longer. We can just cut this excess off. All right. So And I'm okay with some of his scarf hanging off. So I already have adhesive on this. And I kind of like them almost without the arms, but let's see. Just put them like this. And of course, got to have the black buttons. Have room for 2 on here. And right now you can see the glue, but it'll dry. So just gonna add some strong double-sided tape here. And I'm waiting to see if I like the arms like this. If not, I'm gonna place them elsewhere or possibly take them off. So and it looks pretty cute. I'm okay with the arms like that. Can put them a little forward. And then the final touch, of course, is his hat. And he is all done because I've decided not to use this hat. You can if you want to, but I just love it the way it looks like this. And again, you can just feed the bow wire into here and make it an ornament. I wanted to show you real quick that there is another type of snowman you can make from the past set, from the other mug set. There are these arms and this face. So the arms would go perfectly with the gloves. You can put a little scarf on them. Again, have some buttons. So there's just another type of snowman that you can make that I'm not going to make today. Hi, this is day 2, so you'll see me wearing a different sweater. So I wanted to make a coffee cup ornament that kind of embodied this right here. So there is actually room, this is the large sleeve, there is actually room for this scene right here. I think it fits in kind of perfect. And I'm going to put a light element so that it'll be able to display the coffee cup and see it lit up for a certain amount of time. So what I'm going to do now is blend with these 3 colors and try and create sort of this, what I have going on here that I made for a card recently. So, all right, so I have, the way I keep my blending brushes, my blending buddies from Trinity Stamps, I put washi tape on them. So I know what color is, family is for what. So I have all the different color families here. And I want to sort of eyeball. I think I'm going to put a little yellow right here. So, and it's not quite as dark. Well, it looks dark on here, but when you pull it off, it's a little bit, I think, lighter, although I am pressing pretty dark. So I think that's, I'm going to fade that out a little bit, put some purple around it. because I want the scene to be really about the manger. All right, so let me get purple, which is not quite as dark as, so this is Dusty Concord, not quite as dark as the Chipped Sapphire. Oop, that's probably too much. All right. And the great thing about vellum, I feel like it's very forgiving. And it's almost like blending on it is really, I think, easier than paper. And whoop, and that's okay. I'm gonna just blend that out a little, and see, I made a mistake, but it's kind of disappeared. So it's very forgiving for people like me that have some mishaps. All right, and then I want to use the darkest color, the Chipped Sapphire. I don't want it too crazy. I'm just testing it out first to see. All right. And again, the vellum really allows you to smooth things out, blend. And now I'm just gonna try to not get my fingerprints on here. Okay. And I think I need to hold it a little bit closer. Really get a good handle on it. I'm gonna flip it over, try and get it. And let's see, I'll turn it over because it's almost hard to see. I'm gonna blend a little bit more out. I think, in fact, I'm gonna go in with the purple. I like this side very much, but this side got a little lost. I'll add a little bit more to this side, try and even it out. And then I think I'll finally go in again with the scattered straw. Just to me see how I like this. I think I'm going to put a little bit more purple. All right, so now I'm going to let this dry fully. I don't want to glue anything on when it's still quite wet, so I'm going to let it dry fully and I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. I cut a panel out of brown, and although I've done it brown here, I think I'm going to go with this color. Copper. So I've just put some tape on the side here. I die cut out of copper cardstock the Trinity Nativity scene and also some stars. So I'm now going to glue everything on, and we are ready to finish our cup. And you want to use a strong adhesive. And I've bent the nativity scene a little bit because I want it to adhere closely to the rounded cup. So it just helps to bend it a little bit so then it'll bend with the paper. Obviously the vellum is very easy to bend. So I've started adhering using a very strong glue. And I'm going to finish up the rest of the scene. So for the glue, I used the Gina K Connect glue, which is very strong glue that I pretty much use on all my projects. So I'm just going to finish adhering all the pieces. So I kind of put the rest of the items on off camera. So some more stars that had adhesive on the back. And then I put an adhesive strip here. So I have in here an LED light that you can turn on and off. There's actually several functions. There's blinking, solar blinking, and just on. And it's going to be very hard. It's impossible to see here, but it actually does light up the ornament when it's completely dark. It's actually really pretty. The vellum works really well, and I'm very pleasantly surprised by how nice it looks. So I will try my best to capture that in a photo. It's probably going to be kind of difficult, but let's see if I turn off the lights here. And still, it's too hard to see, but anyway, I will try and take a photo of it. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope this inspires you to make an ornament. Bye!